Launched in 2012, Discop Johannesburg is rooted in Africa's fast-emerging multi-screen, multi-platform marketplace.
We've been organizing Discop markets for the last 25 years. This is the 25th anniversary of the Discop market brand. We've been organizing markets in emerging world regions, Central and Eastern Europe, Central Asia, Far East, Middle East, and we decided to launch Discop markets for the sub-Saharan African continent in 2008. So we did a few markets in Senegal, in Ghana, in Kenya, and 5 years ago we decided to hold 2 markets a year permanently, one in Johannesburg that takes place in early November, and one in Abidjan, which takes place in early June.
If you're a broadcaster, content producer, distributor, or any other relevant stakeholder in the business of television and broadcasting, well, this is the platform on which to engage with potential clients, to forge new business relationships, to discuss issues plaguing the industry. What's interesting to note is that while the agenda has always been about the African story, sharing more African stories with African viewers, this kind of event attracts international players who are hungry to enter the African market, to share international content with Africans who now have a very diverse appetite for content viewing. Interestingly, Africa has a very healthy appetite for Indian content. Z World says their current offerings are doing relatively well.
In terms of content, our content is doing really well in places like Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria. These would be probably our largest markets, and in the French-speaking African countries, I'd say Senegal, Ivory Coast, the Indian Ocean Islands. These are places where again our content is doing really well for us. Most of our content is either dubbed in English. In certain countries, especially like in Ghana, they're even dubbed in their local dialect. In fact, we've just started with a program that's dubbed in Kikuyu in Kenya, for example. So we know that our content is actually reaching the local audiences rather than just the Indian diaspora. ZTV has always been there, and it's been catering to the Indian, to the sort of the appetite for the Indian audiences. But now we're looking at, and now the popularity that I was referring to is actually more with the local audience.
Intra Communications, a content distribution company based in the US, is attending Discop Africa for the second time.
We came here last year, first time to see what all this about, and we was very impressed by warm hospitality of African people. So when we came back, we decided for us time to go to Africa. So we invested money and we come up with brand new catalog for 2016, 2017 with new television programming, very fresh, very new. This is programming special done for entire family, because we just starting work here, and our first goal to establish our company here on the market as distributor. The next step what we see is to start produce local programming, produced some programming for local TV stations, and after, when we're going to be successful with this, next step will be to take African programming and try to sell on different territory where it can get some interest.
For local independent content distributors like Quest, it is the fictional series they are interested in. Offering insight to the industry, they have identified funding as a huge challenge in Africa.
The main difficulties and issue are to help understand the TV station and the broadcasters the value of the African production. When we work with a TV station, they usually don't recognize the value and the price that they have to give to producer. They want high quality production. So we're trying to improve this value channel of the production, where TV stations have to understand that they need first to give the right money to the producer if they want great quality and premium content.
Well, despite challenges, Africa's television industry continues to show strong year-to-year growth. In 2015, Africa generated $1 billion in TV wholesale business, a 100% revenue increase in 2 years. Nashina Mohammed for Joburg Today.